Once upon a time, in a tranquil village nestled between rolling hills and a shimmering lake, there was a garden unlike any other. It was known as the Moonlit Garden, for it was said to come alive under the light of the full moon. The garden belonged to a kind old woman named Elara, who lived at the edge of the village. Elara was a beloved figure in the village. She was known for her wisdom and kindness, and she often helped the villagers with their troubles. But the true magic of Elara's life was her garden. During the day, it was a peaceful place with ordinary flowers and plants. But at night, when the moon was full, the garden transformed into a magical realm. One evening, as the full moon rose high in the sky, Elara noticed that the flowers in her garden were glowing with an otherworldly light. Curious, she wandered through the garden, following the shimmering trails of light that seemed to lead her to a hidden part of the garden she had never seen before. There, nestled among the glowing flowers, was a small, silver key hanging from a delicate branch. Elara gently took the key and looked around. She wondered what it might unlock. Just then, she heard a soft, melodious voice. "The key you hold is meant for a special door," the voice said. Elara turned to see a graceful, ethereal figure emerging from the shadows. It was the Moonlight Fairy, the guardian of the garden. "I am the Moonlight Fairy," the figure said with a smile. "You have been chosen to discover the secret of the moonlit garden. Follow the path, and you will find the door the key unlocks." Elara thanked the fairy and followed the path through the garden. The flowers and plants seemed to part for her, guiding her to a hidden alcove. There, partially covered by vines and flowers, was a small, ornate door with intricate patterns carved into it. With trembling hands, Elara inserted the key into the lock and turned it. The door creaked open, revealing a narrow staircase that spiraled downward. Elara hesitated for a moment but then descended the stairs, her curiosity overcoming her fear. At the bottom of the staircase, Elara found herself in a magnificent underground chamber. The walls were covered with shimmering crystals that reflected the moonlight, creating a dazzling display of colors. In the center of the chamber stood a large, ornate chest. Elara approached the chest and opened it, revealing a collection of beautiful, enchanted objects, glowing stones, delicate fabrics, and shimmering dust. But what caught her eye was a small, golden locket resting on a velvet cushion. Elara picked up the locket and opened it. Inside was a tiny, exquisite portrait of a young woman with a gentle smile. As Elara gazed at the portrait, she felt a warm, comforting sensation. The Moonlight Fairy appeared beside her once again. "That locket belonged to a long-lost princess who was once the guardian of the moonlit garden," the fairy explained. "She was forced to leave the garden to protect it from a great danger. The locket holds the magic to restore the garden to its full glory and ensure its safety." Elara's heart swelled with a sense of purpose. "What must I do with the locket?" she asked. "The locket must be placed on the moonlit altar," the fairy replied, pointing to a pedestal in the center of the chamber. "There, it will release its magic and renew the garden's enchantment." Elara carefully placed the locket on the altar, and a brilliant light filled the chamber. The light enveloped the entire garden, and Elara could feel the magic flowing through her. The once ordinary flowers and plants were now glowing with an even more vibrant and enchanting light. As the magic settled, the Moonlight Fairy spoke again. "You have restored the garden's magic and fulfilled your destiny. The moonlit garden will now remain a place of wonder and joy, and you, Elara, are its new guardian." Elara thanked the fairy and made her way back to the surface. When she emerged from the hidden chamber, the garden was more beautiful than ever. The villagers soon noticed the transformation and marveled at the garden's splendor. From that day forward, the moonlit garden became a place of inspiration and delight for the entire village. People came from far and wide to experience its magic, and Elara continued to share her wisdom and kindness with everyone who visited. And so, the moonlit garden thrived under Elara's care, its enchantment never fading. The villagers learned that true magic comes not just from objects and treasures, but from the love and dedication of those who care for it. Elara's legacy lived on, reminding everyone that with a kind heart and a touch of magic, even the simplest things could become extraordinary. The end.